Hello, welcome to Memphis Tenn Entertainment. I'm the CEO, NENO. Uh, Starting a brand new record label out of Memphis Tenn, Memphis, Tennessee, that is. And I decided to give my story about my involvement with the NENO and the LMG Mafia. I started that rap group, NENO and the LMG Mafia, back during the time when it was no artists, basically coming up out of Memphis, being mainstream. At that time, Al Capone had made an impact in Memphis with a hit song called Lyrical Drive-By. And it had took off. And this was the time when NWA and Scarface and, basically West Coast and East Coast rappers had the rap game locked. I mean, if you wasn't coming out of the West Coast or the East Coast, basically, it was like unheard of for artists to be coming out the South too much at that time, period, But anyway, I was locked up at the time, incarcerated, when I noticed that it was brothers on the radio now in Memphis. And I always been a person who wanted to be in the music game, but not so much as being a long-term rapper or anything like that. My thing was to become a success and become a CEO. And it just so happened that I ended up doing more rapping than being a CEO. But anyway, I started the rap group NENO and the LMG Mafia. And when I got released from prison, and after I got released from prison, the song that I decided to make was my first single was NENO, Beware of the God. And what it was talking about through the music and the lyrics of the song was about how I felt as an individual hustling in the streets of Memphis Tenn from the projects of the Lemoyne Garden. And at that time, the projects of the Lemoyne Garden were a very high crime rate, and the industry had started really being on gangster rappers. So my song had started kind of like buzzing around the city a little bit, and because some brothers from the Lemoyne Garden decided to take it to the club with them and get a DJ to play it. And also they had played it on the radio maybe once through maybe, Bump It or Dump It or something like that, where they trial music on the radio and the audience get a chance to say what they like it or they don't like it or whatever. And it might have got one more spin after then, because majority of people called in and said they liked it. And they was from all over Memphis, not just one particular area that the results was coming from. And at that time, I still wasn't feeling like that, I was making any steps forward with the music. Like, it didn't move me that the music was doing anything, because I know I was going to have it hard doing the music from the standpoint where I was. And I really didn't know too much about the music industry other than, not from starting from ground scratch. Back then it was about making your demo and try to pitch it to a major label and see where they pick you up because they like you and they like the way you sound, they like the way you talk, what you talked about or whatever. So as time grew on, I said, okay, it's doing a little something. So I decided to go ahead and put the group together called NENO and the LMG Mafia. Now, the LMG pod was for Lamar Garden. Mafia, back then, every uh, artist that was putting out music back then was kind of like building a theme or a surrounding surface to exploit or explain uh, the hype of where they might be from or what kind of artist they are, whether you was sinister, whether you was, psycho, whether you was activist, speaking on black and being black and proud. Back then, you would make a theme of what you was about, So, it's just like Scarface. Scarface is one of my favorite artists. But when he say his name Scarface, it's like a thing. It's explaining that, hey, 'cause we know the movie Scarface, that character was a hardcore drug dealer. So names will give you a description of what theme you was about or whatever. It don't necessarily mean that what your music was going to be about. But in the same token, it gave characteristics to the artist or to the group or to even the label, whatever the label name was. But I decided to put Mafia on the end of it because it was a group. So I said, okay, the Mafia, it's good because, brothers over in Lamar Garden then was like, if you're from Lamar Garden, we linked up anyway, the street part of it. So I said, why not put Mafia on the end of it? So once I did that, it got a nice ring to it. So it took off a little bit. Another thing that made it take off is that there was a lot of controversy back then about gangster rap and changing the movement and culture of gangster rap, which NWA, I give the credit to them for starting it. And it don't mean that another brother might not have that same idea, but they the originator that wasn't scared to put that out there and tell the stories of the streets, because, a lot of come with that. If you speaking into a mic and you saying lyrics and you trying to be